Many thanks for staying tuned to Ogun State Television's news at noon. I am Bolaji Sampson on the news. The National Economic Council meeting chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima has dispersed without the usual briefing to the State House correspondent in Abuja. And later the Vice President, who also declined to speak on camera, said the meeting was adjourned. In attendance at the meeting were state governors including Babagana Zulu of Borno State, Ubasani of Kaduna State, Dakwa Abeokuta of Ogun State, and Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, amongst others. The 141st meeting comes more than a month after the last one was held. Two of the previous meetings were held virtually and chaired by the Vice President. The federal government has introduced the Young and Secure Project, a groundbreaking initiative aimed at building trust and strengthening collaborations between young Nigerians and the police force. The government also assured that the administration of President Bola Tinubu remains steadfast in its commitment to ensuring the safety, security, and prosperity of every Nigerian citizen. The project, unveiled by Ministers of State for Police Affairs and Youth Development, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim and Ayodele Olawande, is aimed at empowering youth to become active participants in nation building and ensure their safety and security. The promoters of the initiative explained that the goal is to enhance collaboration between the youth and police towards strengthening national security. The project elevates the role of Nigerian youth in the security architecture of the nation, empowering them to be watchguards and active participants in ensuring community safety. Furthermore, small business owners have been enjoined to go out en masse to participate in the ongoing verification and enumeration exercise in the 20 local government areas of Ogun State towards accessing the federal government nano grant. This was disclosed by the Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mr. Debola Shofela, who said the exercise, which started on Monday, 13th May 2024, would end today, Friday, 17th May 2024. Shofela noted that the Bank of Industry had sent text messages to people earlier registered, pointing out that most stakeholders think that the process is a scam. It said both federal government and Ogun State government remain unwavering in the decision to upgrade the status of small-scale business owners, imploring the prospective beneficiaries to report to the nearest local government secretariat with their bank verification number BVN and national identification number NIN for data capturing. In his remarks, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Oluola Ikulola, has said the Prince Abeokuta-led government is in no small measure taking advantage of every opportunity to boost the living standard of its people. Ikulola added that the focus of the state government on both the industrial sector and small-scale business is second to none, assuring that it would continue to create an enabling environment for business to thrive. Meanwhile, the Ogun State government has condemned unauthorized resale of its subsidized bags of rice of some unscrupulous individuals. The bags of rice were originally designated for the welfare of public servants under the subsidized rice sale program initiated by Governor Dakwa Abeokuta. A statement by Head of Service Mr. Kendi Onosoya emphasized that such actions are in direct violation of the intended purpose of this welfare initiative, meant to directly benefit the hardworking public servants of the state to ensure their well-being and alleviate their financial burdens. The statement adds that while the state government strongly condemns the act, individuals involved in the resale of the item are sternly warned to desist forthwith, as any form of unauthorized resale of the profit from it will be met with attendant consequences. For clarity, authority. The amount approved by the state government for the sale of the bags of rice strictly to public servants is 8,500 naira only for 10 kilogram, 17,000 naira for 20 kilogram, and 42,500 naira only for 50 kilogram, with maximum purchasable bags for officers in grade levels 1 to 14 to be 20 kilogram, while for grade levels 15 to 17 is 50 kilogram. The statement notes that the state government remains steadfast in its commitment to the welfare of the public service and thus urges the teeming beneficiaries to uphold the integrity of its welfare program, while members of the public are enjoined to report any observed authorized activities to relevant authorities. And on the foreign scene, Israel has accused South Africa of bringing biased and false claims to the UN's top court in an attempt to force it to stop its military campaign in the town of Rafah in southern Gaza. The International Court of Justice began 2 days of hearings on Thursday when South Africa told the court that the Israel intended to wipe the Palestinians off the face of the earth, calling Rafah the final stand. Lawyers for Israel are presenting the response to the court today. The court is already considering a case brought by South Africa in January, accusing Israel of committing genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza. Israel has rejected the claim as false and grossly distorted. In its latest application, South Africa is also seeking to force Israel to allow unimpeded access to Gaza for aid workers and investigators. Israel began its attack on Hamas in Rafah 11 days ago amid warnings that the UN and others offer grave risks to civilians. More than 1 million displaced people had taken refuge to Rafah, and more than 630,000 have now fled from there since the start of the operation, the UN says. And finally, in sport, over 1,000 learner athletes across all the secondary schools in Ogun State are set to compete in the 2024 edition of STARTIMES Ogun State School Sports Festival. The State Commissioner of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abeokuta, dropped the hint during a press conference signaling the commencement of the festival.
All is now set for the commencement of the maiden edition of STARTIMES Ogun State School Sports Festival, holding in all the 3 senatorial districts of the Gateway State. Briefing journalists on the motive behind the sports fiesta, the State Commissioner of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abeokuta, said there is a need to incorporate sports into school activities to take the advantage of youthfulness.
I would believe that there is actually needs to incorporate sports into education, and there is need to encourage our young people to be engaged in sports so that they use their energies positively for development of this country. And when you catch them young like that, you are likely to actually have them maybe participate in sports for a very long time, not only winning laurels for the country, also doing very well for themselves.
Mr. Alex Ukonkwo, the project coordinator, while fielding questions from journalists, said the program is aimed at developing talents and exposing them to various sports.
We're looking out to future stars, both in education and in sports, and they go together like the Honorable Commissioner mentioned. You cannot separate them. In fact, in our current era, those who excel in sports are also bright in their normal life and academic life, so it goes together. I'm not saying our term is chosen on purpose. It's called play fair and enjoy competition.
Stakeholders present at the event commended the initiative, saying it is a heartwarming opportunity to promote school sports. The event featured official presentation of sports materials and souvenirs to the Commissioner and other stakeholders.
Yes, a gentle reminder here that a dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. You can watch us live on these platforms, Apple, Roku, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch us live on OGTV website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live. Email info@ogtv.com.ng. Many thanks for joining us at the news at noon. Kindly stay tuned for the Yoruba version of the news. Good afternoon.